a drive and without a need to succeed. No one, never. Because the whole idea to start on your own is to find your passion, to discover something novel, moving, inspiring, to discover something new and extraordinary in yourself, the idea and the business you choose to do. Consider a new role. Find an entrepreneur in you. Take risks. Crave for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in. It has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business for them. If you're watching us right now, you're just a few steps behind to take a decision to start your entrepreneurial journey. Stay tuned today because today we will be introducing you a skill development brand called SkillsDa. SkillsDa is the flagship brand of Ingu Knowledge Academy Private Limited. It was established in 2018 with a core focus on cybersecurity, digital forensics, and incident response training. As a pioneer, as a pioneer in skilling and upskilling ecosystem, SkillsDa bridges the gap between academia, industry, and the skilled professionals, delivering high quality, high impact training experience and preparing a future ready cyber workforce. Operating across diverse sectors, SkillsDa addresses the needs of four key stakeholders: industry, academia, workforce, and the end consumers, offering industry aligned certification program and hands on skill development. To talk more about this, I'm joined with the director and the CEO of this company, Major General Putunjunam, and Vinci Jakumar. She is the the franchise business manager. Along with we also have KB Ramesa. He is the managing director and the owner. However, he won't be able to turn on the camera due to some specific reason, but still, he's gonna be here. He is with us, and who's gonna help us understand more about the brand. So before we start and talk more about the brand and the business opportunity, I would like to inform all the viewers that in case if you would have any questions related to the brand or the business, you may put it in the Q&A box. If you've joined through the mobile, you will get two options. One is the chat and the other one is the Q&A. Please do not use the chat box. Instead, use the Q&A, right? So, so please, use that to communicate with us. So now I would request sir to please take the lead and let's get started. Little bit of introduction from your side, and then we'll move on to the presentation part. You're on mute, sir. So you're on mute. Your mic is on mute. Yeah.
Good morning and Jai Hind, everyone. At the outset, I would like to thank the entire team of Franchise India to have given us this opportunity to directly connect with the prospective investors in the business that we are looking forward to. I am also thankful to the managing director and the chief vision officer, also the owner, Mr. K.V. Ramesh. We have with us the entire team of people from SkillsDa who are part of this webinar today. We have our consultant, Mr. Kailash, joining us from Tumkuru. We also have Vinci Jayakumar, who's the single point of contact and the person who will be managing the entire franchise ecosystem. I'll request Vinci to start the presentation, please. Okay, can I go to the next? Go to the next, please. She can't see the presentation.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can see.
Yeah. Okay. So as we have already said that Ingu's Knowledge Academy is known by its brand name SkillsDa, and we primarily deal with advanced level training for cybersecurity and other emerging technologies. Next. Okay, I'll cover the entire presentation in the two parts. That is, first, I will be a business overview covering the points which I have already bulleted, and the second part would involve the franchise proposal. Again, I have listed out the bullets in various heads, which I'll be covering with. Next. Next. Okay, so we are a registered company as a SME, and we started our operations in August 2018, pioneering the training and skilling ecosystem, primarily bridging the gap between academia and industry, providing skilled professionals. We are also an accredited training organization of ISACA, which is a global organization providing professional certification for corporates like CSM, CISA, CIRIX, etc., which are very, very sought after courses in the corporate, primarily for those who are looking at career opportunities at manager and senior managerial levels. Our core competence, we started basically as a training and skilling company in 2018, but I'm glad to inform that over the years we have added to our stable the capacity building, the consultancy services, research and development, testing primarily from the digital forensics and incident response area, gamification and simulation. And we serve core, the stakeholders, four of them, the industry, academia, workforce, and customers. Next. We are already a 9001, 27001, and 17025 accredited company for quality management, infosec management, and digital forensic testing. Next. Our vision is to be a progressive and a relentless organization leading the transformation in the field of emerging technologies, addressing key challenges of the nation. Next. As far as our mission is concerned, we want to accelerate India's transition to make it a world power in the field of emerging technologies. And we would like to do that by empowering and the creative and intelligent minds of young generation, thus fulfilling the need of skilled workforce in advanced technology for every organization. And while we do all this, we are also looking at transforming SkillsDa into a premier brand. I'm proud to inform the viewers today that SkillsDa has got, in the short span of about 6 years plus, we have already got few achievements to our credit. The first is that we are the proud winners of the Cybersecurity and Crime Investigation courseware, challenge number 28, hosted by the Ministry of Home Affairs, I4C. And soon our cyber crime investigation courseware is going to be adopted pan-India by the Ministry of Home Affairs, primarily for all the cybercrime police stations across the country. Next. We are also the proud winner of the TechWork UK Cybersecurity Leadership Award 2024. We being, a pioneering, we being, spearheading the pioneering work in IoT and IoT security as well. Next. What are our USPs? Cost efficiency. So we maintain a very lean operation across capital, staffing, and turnkey project costs, and we offer a very highly competitive pricing without compromising on quality. Our volume potentials are very high. Services are consistently exceeding the benchmarks, and we have a very, very stable ecosystem which is delivering quality and quantity of skilled manpower for the entire industries. We are a reliable workforce which is very much committed to the timelines and ensuring dependable and timely project delivery. The adaptability to evolving technologies, policies, and market demands position SkillsDa ahead of many of us in the market. Tailored business model meeting the specific client requirements aligned with stakeholder expectations are another USP of SkillsDa. Next. So what are our focus areas? So our focus area now is on the emerging technology, which covers the entire gamut, like what I've shown on the screen: cybersecurity, artificial intelligence and data science, space technology, DFIR and data privacy and protection, automotive cybersecurity, IoT and IoT security, blockchain and cryptocurrency, quantum computing and communication. And since we are calling ourselves an emerging tech company, this list will keep on increasing every time we come across with new developments taking place in the field of emerging technologies. We are also an accredited training organization of the ISACA APMG International, which is a global community of the IS and IT professionals. We are dedicated to advancing digital trust among people and community. And this positions SkillsDa at the forefront of professional development by offering career advancing credentials and delivering critical expertise to meet the evolving needs of enterprise. To start with, we have 3 courses with us, and this in the coming days, the list is going to only increase. Next. Now I come to the specific courses which primarily relate to the emerging technology. I have listed out about 13 to 14 courses here. What I would like people to pay attention is that most of our courses are of the duration of 45 hours, which are all aligned to various NSQF levels starting from 4 to 6 and has accredited national occupational standards. I have listed out the prerequisite and the target audience and what are the potential job roles. If I may say that, cybersecurity foundation, InfoSec management, application security vulnerability assessment, IoT foundation courses, all these kind of courses are the ones which are in huge demand in the market among the students as also by the faculties in the academy. Next. So in continuation, I will give you the rest of the courses. We have the mastering of digital forensics and incident response, which comes to NSQF level 6, which is supposed to be a kind of a professional, skilling course. And the courses under development are the quantum computing and communication, automotive security, and we are also now offering Bachelor of Vocational Science and courses in IoT and cybersecurity. BWalk, for the information of people, is a 3-year course. What's our statistics? We have already trained about 1,25,000 students under the NASSCOM Future Skill Tier 2, Tier 3 locations in India. About 700 colleges in Karnataka, AP, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu are already under our business map. We have undertaken specific requirements of fresh recruitment trainings from various corporate houses. One to be highlighted here is by the joint venture of IIT Madras and Sony, where SkillsDa was given the responsibility of uh, skilling and training about 30 plus students from a very humble background in the remotest possible place from Tamil Nadu, who were probably of the kind who would have never thought of even operating a computer system. And today I'm glad to inform that 80% of these students have got placed in Sony under various job roles after having gone through the cybersecurity finishing school training and skilling program. 4,500 students in IoT and IoT security have been trained by us for the Tamil Nadu state government, skill development council under the scheme, which is known as Non-Mudalvan. Bharat BPO is another flagship program run by SkillsDa for the professional, data privacy and protection kind of responsibilities, which are taken, which has taken a very very important role since we are looking at the DPDP Act getting rolled out in the form of a rule in any day in the country. We have done a course in partnership with Rashtriya Raksha University and Telecommunication Consultants India Limited. And in the days to come, this flagship program will soon be certified by National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology. Next. This gives an overview of our CSR projects. For the kind information of the viewers, the CSR projects are given to us through the Sector Skill Council for IT and IT-enabled services, that is NASSCOM, Future Skill Prime, and NASSCOM Foundation. And we have delivered 100% compliance to all the contracts over the years. Some of the highlights of these CSR projects, I must inform that here the students who are joining the CSR project programs are not paying a single penny. However, the entire cost is borne under the CSR's funding. We are proud to say that majority of our people who have attended the CSR projects have been women students, and our placement records post completion of these training and skilling program has been more than 50%, which is getting highlighted in the slide. Next. Some of our important MOUs and partnership are listed in two sets of them. On the left-hand side, you see primarily the educational institutions, various institutes, universities, and colleges. On the right-hand side, I have listed out certain, corporate houses, government agencies, including certain, very, very, important agencies like CDAC and CERTIN and NILIT, which is part of the MITI, wherein we have a huge partnership with them, running various programs for them. Yeah, next. This is a snapshot of all the partnership and associates that SkillsDa has been able to partner with in the years to come, and I'm sure this list is going to increase in the days. Next. So this is the model of training which is aligned to the industry needs that SkillsDa follows. That is, we call that as the ITD model, thereby meaning that we identify the right kind of people required for the industry, primarily undergraduates, which necessarily looks at the significance of cybersecurity as a job role. Training is purely conducted on a robust, SkillsDa platform. We have a lot of emphasis laid on hands-on training, certification, and virtual lab simulations are very, very important features of our training programs, so that we are able to create industry-ready talent pool. And once the skilling program is completed, we deploy these certified talents to various job roles in the corporates and government agencies. And it's very important. We feel that once the placements are done, that we take regular feedbacks and constant hand holding of these young people who have recently joined various organizations is an important role of SkillsDa, so that we do not leave them to fend for themselves. It is very important from the point of view that we need to understand how our skilling program is enabling these people to take on various responsibilities in the job roles they have adopted to. Next. So specialized learning path features of the SkillsDa, platform. We have a world-class content which are created by subject matter experts. All our contents are AI powered and helps adaptive learning. We have a scalable virtual lab which enables anywhere and in anytime learning. A unique smart city simulator for real-time experiential learning is a unique feature of SkillsDa platform. This is what in the subsequent slides will be covered in detail. We are very, very, clear about the role that the ethical practices play as part of the adaptation to the job roles. Therefore, all our skilling and training program has a certain module which takes care of ethical practices, and they are also certified programs as part of the skilling and training services that we extend. It is very important to understand that once people join various job roles in the organizations, the ethical practices of all that skill that is developed is something which needs to be emphasized, and therefore we create an environment as part of the skilling program that ethical compliance is also taken care of. Next. So this gives the entire learning path or the components of the skilling. So we emphasize on the knowledge, the learning, the training, the hands-on experience, competence building, the performance assessment, be it formative or summative, meaning thereby that a formative assessment is an ongoing process at the end of each and every module, and the summative assessment is at the end of the entire skilling program. We have laid down specific goals for each and every program that we run, and our endeavor is to meet 100% of these goals which we have set for ourselves. Ethical behavior as part of the skilling program, I have already spoken about. And at the end of it, feedback and hand holding is an important feature of our skilling ecosystem. Next. Now I come upon the second kind of business that we do, that is the consultancy and the services. Primarily, the consultancy services is extended because our digital forensics and incident response lab is already a 17025 accredited facility under NABL, wherein we are capable of undertaking all kind of testing from the forensics, digital forensics viewpoint. We can develop, specified contents to meet the various demands of the corporates and the academia, curating courses, technical support in product development, and SkillsDa has been in the forefront of implementation of data privacy and protection policies. Next. What you see on the next slide on the left-hand side is a snapshot of our simulator-based IoT and cybersecurity lab. This is a fully functional lab. I will be demonstrating few components of this lab in the subsequent slides. So this gives us the wherewithal for capacity building of training infrastructure development in institutes, lab and accreditation, setting up of center of excellence, designing of course curriculum for emerging tech, bringing out the learning management system and virtual labs, undertaking faculty development and training of trainers, kind of a program for agencies. Assessment and certifications are all aligned to AICT and NSQF norms. And we have our package of AI-powered gamification and psychometric analysis course, which by itself is a unique feature. Next. As far as the research and development is concerned, we have our own, training and IoT development kit, which takes care of the requirement of the academia, industry, and government, and certain innovative products to give strategy gaming and simulation platform, wherein you can create red and blue team for the cyber security exercises, strength analyzers, psychometric assessment, and various kind of assessment scenarios which can be built in this platform, which gives a completely different experience for the people, thereby giving them best of the world experience in the field of emerging technology. Next. Now I come to the second part, which is the franchise proposal. SkillsDa is primarily looking at two different kinds of franchise, so type A and type B. What you see on the view foil is the details of a type A kind of a franchise, wherein we have specified that we want about 2,500 square foot of area available with the prospective customers and franchise. And the financial part is already laid down here. So we are looking at a total capital expenditure for initial setup of both the technical aspects, including the IoT kind of a lab, which will be around 60 lakhs for greenfield franchise and about 45 lakhs for brownfield. I'm sure the people who are attending the webinar are aware as to greenfield are those who are starting from the scratch, that is from zero. However, brownfield are those who already have certain facilities of what we are looking at, but they are now wanting to add on the entire course curriculum of SkillsDa as part of their training program. We look at a payback period of anything between 1 to 1.2 years and an average ROI ranging from 140 to 190%, with a total tenure that we are looking for an initial understanding would be of 5 years. Next. What is type B? So type A will have a simulator-based lab as part of that facility, which will take about anything between 600 to 1,000 square foot of the 2,500 square foot that I talked about. Type B will not have the tech setup or the simulator-based lab. Therefore, the requirement of the square foot area comes down to about 1,500. And the capital expenditure also will come down to anything between 20 to 30 lakhs, depending upon whether it is a brownfield or a greenfield kind of a type B franchise. And we are looking at an ROI of about 114 to 170% within a payback period of 1.5 to 2 years. And of course, we are looking at an initial agreement of 5 years tenure. Next. So we are looking at a FOFO kind of a model where the operational framework I have shown on the view foil. You will find that we have not left the brand, to rather the franchise to fend for itself. We are ensuring that each and every role and responsibility, the brand by itself plays a very, very important supportive role, be it, looking at the feasibility study and approval of the site, branding, supply chain management, staff recruitment, technical support, and everything that we have listed, the brand by itself will play a very, very supportive role for the franchise. Next. So just to reiterate, the type A model will have a center of excellence, that is the tech lab, simulator based tech lab. The type B model of the franchise will not have the lab. So the question arises, how will the courses be done? The the access to learning management system and the virtual lab platform is always available to both franchise type A and type B. What type A gives as an add-on is a hands-on simulation-based exercise for each and every person who comes and gets trained in his franchise location. Next. Now I will show you a video of some of the components of the simulator-based lab. What you see here is a water treatment plant. It is a functional model where you can have a dashboard created for various scenarios. For those who are from this background of IoT and cybersecurity, will understand that each and every aspect of cybersecurity or IoT is based on certain communication network and protocol. So therefore, the student, when he operates his dashboard for various scenarios, is able to understand what is the kind of communication protocol happening in this scenario, where are the vulnerabilities and gaps, how can these vulnerabilities and gaps be exploited by someone, how the cyber attacks can be done over these communication protocols, and once he does that, how can it be fixed so that subsequent cyber attacks are taken care of. From the forensics angle, he will be able to find out post an attack what are those telltale marks which have been left, which can be analyzed and given to the stakeholders to fix those gaps in the in the interest of the organization. Next. Next. Yeah, on the left hand side you see the space tech, where we have modeled a satellite station with a ground and a rocket carrying the satellite up. The blue ring that you see designates the orbital where the satellite is going to be launched. You will understand that such a procedure requires a constant communication, a robust communication system between the ground station and the satellite launch vehicle, which is again a vulnerable protocol. So therefore, the students must understand these gaps and vulnerabilities and look at how it can be exploited and fixed. On the right hand side, we have a scenario built for a power generation model. We have depicted here a wind power generation. You know how these infrastructure work under certain communication protocols. And today, the one of the most critical infrastructure in any country which can be subjected to cyber attack is a power generation unit, which can create devastating effects in a country's economy. Next. Two more models I am wanting to showcase here. On the left hand side is a power distribution grid, where a certain in the Indian scenario you maintain a certain frequency of about 50 hertz for distribution for domestic consumptions. Therefore, it's very, very important that the scenario built around the power distribution company or discoms, what you call about, is again taken care of, which are very, very vulnerable to cyber attacks. The students who work on this scenario and model are capable of understanding the vulnerabilities, assess them, and fix them. On the right hand side is a smart office environment which involves digital access into the office areas, smart parking environment, and various other issues which are forming part of the smart office functioning. Next. So what are those business areas that franchise must look at? So from the academia point of view, we have the entire activity, that is covered, be it training and skilling, internship and project works, which can be done more with the type A kind of an franchise because they have a working lab with them. Lab setup is available for people to come, sit and do internship and project works. Psychometric analysis tool, faculty development and training of trainers, CSR activities about which I have spoken a couple of slides back. Customized courses and certification can be offered by franchise to institutions and colleges. Resource personnel and subject matter experts can be offered to various programs being undertaken by colleges and institutions. You can offer tech support, do marketing of SkillsDa product, about which I will be talking about in later. Commercial projects can be taken by franchise in consultation with their SkillsDa, and we can also help you organize conferences and workshops in various institutes under the program of sponsorships, and also help them build an ecosystem where the franchise and SkillsDa can become partner of industry and academia to hold these workshops. On the right hand side, while there may be few repetitions of what business areas are available in the government and corporate sectors as well, but understand that this comes with a different flavor. While we are talking about training, skilling, government and corporates will mostly be looking at upskilling and reskilling of their people. And what we want franchise to understand is there is a lot of scope in these business area for a jointness in business operations, partnership and collaboration between franchise and SkillsDa. Next. This is our rollout plan. In the phase 1, we are recommending about 30 franchise units. We are primarily looking at places which have been highlighted by a square, but that doesn't mean that we are not open to looking at franchise in phase 1 in other places. I'm sure potential investors will look at this with their own prospects of business, and should there be a very good proposal coming our way, even in other places, we are open to accept such proposals. Next. In the phase 2, we are looking at about 70 franchises targeting the tier 2 kind of a cities. Doesn't matter if they come in at phase 1 in the tier 1 locations also. Please be informed that when we are talking about close to about 100 units of franchise pan India in this financial year, we are very, very, clear and, sensitive of the issues that when you set up franchise in big cities, it's very important for us to understand that each and every franchise needs to be given a certain geographical area of operation so that there are no overlapping of clienteles within his area of operations. Thereby, we will ensure that if it is a big city, if there are multiple franchise, geographical locations are are different, and they do not ingress into the business areas of each other. Next. So what is the expected revenue share that we are looking at? As far as type A sharing is concerned, because they are going to invest more, SkillsDa is proposing that we give 60% of the share to the franchise, retaining the balance of 40% with us, out of which 4% will be given to the government for creation for assessment and certifications. Understand, I have already told you that all our courses which are being given as a skilling and training platform are assessed and certified by the Sector Skill Council, which is a government agency, that is NASSCOM Future Skill, prime for IT and IT-enabled, services. On the right-hand side for type B, because their investment itself is going to be lower than the type A, we will be able to offload about 40% share of the revenue uh, to the franchise, retaining the balance 60%, out of which, of course, 4% goes to the government for assessment and certifications. Next. So what are the ideal partner profiles that we want to look at the franchise? Definitely, we want them to be strategically, financially, operationally, and from the marketing perspective, a fit organization. Therefore, it is very important for us to understand that the entrepreneur skills and creative mindset is good. There are low investments which are required, but then financial jurisprudence and stability for the franchise must be ensured. Operationally, we feel that the franchise should be well equipped to handle students as also corporate people who are already employed. Maybe there is an opportunity to walk into college and institutions and undertake faculty development program. So I feel that from the operations perspective, since it is going to be a diverse kind of clientele that the franchise is going to get, they should be very, very clear about adapting to various operational requirements. Marketing strategy has to be built over knowledge of the local market for students acquisition. What is the ecosystem of the academic institutions running in and around you? What are those corporate houses who are working in the environment of emerging technologies? What are those clienteles which are available to you in the form of upskilling and reskilling and skilling environments? Uh, where are those potential markets available for you to go and set up labs? Where are these possibilities for you to look at running on-premise courses of skilling and training? All these things have to be strategized by all the prospective franchise that we are looking at. Therefore, expand your offerings and cater to a wider audience by partnering with us, educational institution, consultants, language training institutions, counselors. All these people form a bigger ecosystem. Therefore, franchise has to keep his eyes and ears open for making himself an ideal partner of SkillsDa in this entire business environment. Next. What are those obligations? Obviously, every franchise will be obliged uh, to to adhere to certain business norms. So site selections and development will be purely in accordance with what we have already laid down, be it location, all the government licenses and permissions with respect to the building safety and security needs to be looked at from by the franchise owner. Day-to-day operations has to be managed by strictly adhering to the SOPs and guidelines, which will be given by SkillsDa from time to time. It is mandatory that all the franchise staff is trained to handle the various responsibilities in the franchise environment. We will ensure that all these people from franchise are trained to perform certain responsibilities and job roles within the franchise. There will always be periodic refresher training which will be conducted, and it will be mandatory for franchise to be part of all these refresher training. We feel that franchise must ensure a very, very good customer relationship with world-class service experience, which will ensure that business development and sales activities are done to the best of its abilities. The implementation of local marketing activities to raise awareness among the people and prospective customers in their AOR, must be taken care of by the franchise with lot of spirit, and they need to go out and ensure there is a outreach program which the franchise takes, so that there is enough clientele which is generated within the vicinity of his locations. Next. A comprehensive franchise support mechanism is what SkillsDa is going to offer to all the franchise, be it pre-opening, post-opening, or ongoing business dealings. So whether it is end-to-end setup assistance, strong network access, comprehensive induction programs, experiential hands-on learning, and marketing and branding support is all that SkillsDa is going to give the franchise as part of the comprehensive support mechanism. Next. Now I come to something very, very important, because it's very important for us to understand why are we wanting to talk about opening a franchise which should deal with skilling and training. Therefore, it is very important that we understand the entire canvas of skilling and training ecosystem that is prevailing in the country. Why it is important for us to undertake skilling and training program as of our business avenues is something, a reality check we need to do. What I have brought out here is something which is based on a report published by the International Information System Security Certification Consortium, otherwise referred to as ISC2, which is the world's largest IT security non-profit organization specializing in training and certifications. And it has come out with a report primarily focusing to understand what is the evolving skill landscape in cybersecurity and what is important for us to know. So in the 2024 report, which is the latest which is available, I couldn't find the 2025, probably it is still to come out. The 2024 report publishes that the cybersecurity landscape is experiencing a fundamental shift in skill requirement, wherein 59% of professionals have reported that there is a huge skills gap, which is significantly impacting their organization security postures. Organizations with critical skill gaps are nearly twice as likely to experience security breaches. So it's not going to be so easy for people to, organizations to work in this very, very, should I say, critical kind of an environment. And the hiring managers who are placing, who are looking at placements from the colleges and institutions have come out with a very, very important observation and have placed unprecedented value on transferable skills. And they have found out that some of the top skills which they are looking for are strong problem solving abilities and analytical thinking, teamwork and collaboration, effective communication, strategic thinking and project management, technical competencies and hands-on experience, leadership and decision-making abilities. Mind you, friends, none of this forms part of a regular academic program in a college and university. Therefore, what we should be looking for in the next 5 years from the cybersecurity workforce perspective is that we have an estimated vacancies of about 1.5 million with a projected growth in jobs for about 32%. And we already have a talent shortage which is hovering around 42% today. Corporates need skilled professionals for maintaining a secure digital environment. Emerging technology growth is going to be very, very fast here onwards, and academia cannot bridge this gap. Skilling, reskilling, upskilling, this is all going to be, part and parcel of a continuous process. Therefore, emerging technology professionals need to focus on these key issues, and SkillsDa and franchise can play an important role in bridging this gap. Next. Let's also look at the evolving skills landscape in cybersecurity, which is based on certain information which has been published by DSCI, which is basically looking at identifying the challenges in cybersecurity, skilling, and bridging which is the big divide which is existing today. What it has brought out is, you know, you look at the bar chart, it gives out what are those evolving skills: application security, cloud security, data, forensics and incident response, artificial intelligence. Huge requirement of job. But what exactly is the reality on ground? Are there people available? So look at what the report says. When it comes to certification status of the students in cybersecurity, there is a huge deficit of 75%. Only 25 people percentage of people in the student community have the requisite certifications who can be straight away put into these different job roles which are in demand in the market. So therefore, it's very important for us to understand that from the from the perspective of skilling and training as a business, there is a huge market. Look at what the Indian Union Budget 2025 has done. It has allotted over 1,900 crore of rupees, which is almost about 18% increase from last year's budget, just for funding cyber security related, capacity building. Despite the economic uncertainties that is prevailing world over, you know what is happening, whether it is Middle East, whether it is Europe, whether it is between Ukraine and Russia, whether it is in the China and the South China Sea. Despite all the uncertainties that is prevailing because of what is the global scenario that is building up, cyber security still remains one of the fastest growing areas of investment. Next. What is the Indian scenario? As far as India is concerned, there is an increase in cloud computing adoption, internet penetration, and cyber threats. So therefore, the growth has exposed a critical issue that is widening cybersecurity skill gap. There is a huge talent shortage, more than just the numbers. Look at what we are trying to bring out. Cybersecurity skill gap, not about the number of professionals, but it is about their readiness to tackle real world threats. Demand is for specialists, not generalists. So therefore, we need people in cybersecurity environment who can take and job roles which will involve detection, analyzing, mitigating cyber risks, integrated advanced technology. Therefore, all this will not come without a proper upskilling and reskilling program which is available for people in the environment who are working with these various job roles. The primary reasons for skills gap, if I can highlight, is that there are limited focus on cybersecurity in traditional IT education as part of the academic curriculum. Students often graduate without evolution of threat, without understanding what is the evolution of threat in the environment, and the new graduates lack hands-on experience, unprepared to tackle sophisticated, cyber attack scenarios with no exposure to real-world challenges. Business struggle to find cybersecurity talent with both theoretical knowledge and practical expertise. So what it brings out is there is a difference between academics and skilling. Academics will have its own role to play, but skilling cannot be part of the academic learning. So therefore, we are now exposed to certain key challenges, which is perception of cybersecurity as an add-on skill rather than a core competency is absolutely rubbish. We need to have a very clear understanding of the demand for cybersecurity professional, which is surging across industries, be it banking, be it healthcare, be it retail and critical infrastructure that we talked about. It could be discom, it could be any nuclear facility, it could be a satellite launching facility, organization like ISRO. They are all susceptible to cyber threats. Finally, look at the skilling and reskilling, urgent need for cybersecurity expert, which is the only way forward. So skilling, reskilling, and upskilling professionals is an essential part of long-time sustainability. Industry-driven certification programs uh, sorry, industry-driven certification programs to address the cybersecurity talent gap is a must. Skilling programs must incorporate hands-on learning, labs, red team and blue team exercises, real-world simulation, tailored skilling solution to enhance data protection, operational efficiency, and resilience against cyber threat is the need of the hour. Next. Let's again look at something which is a report on skill for future transforming India's workforce landscape, which has been published on the 27th, June 2025 by the Press Information Bureau, and this is part of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, document. What are their key findings of the report? The demographic dividend. India has one of the world's youngest population, and by 2047, skilling will be crucial to convert this into a productive human capital before they start aging in the years thereafter. Economic growth and employment demand is going to be huge. The GDP is higher education boosts long-term GDP. India must create almost about 5 lakh non-farm job annually till 2030, which is based on an economic survey of 2023 and 24. So therefore, needing skilled and job-ready workers is something which the report has brought out. What is the global competitiveness? India will be leading the EVs and the AI and the green tech revolution, and therefore it needs a workforce equipped for Industry 4.0 and sustainable sectors. Skill level distribution. What is the mismatch that we are looking at? 88% of India's workforce is in the low competency job, which is matching to about skill level 1 to 2. Understand, skill level 7 is about graduate and 9 is about postgraduate or thereafter PhD and all. 1 and 2 is the lowest skill level, and 88% of the India's workforce is coming into that level, and only about 10 to 12% are in the higher skill roles of 3 and 4. 8.2%, 25% of graduates which are in the level 3 and above work in matching roles. So if he is a graduate, he's done something, as part of his graduation program. Just 8.25% of those students are getting a working environment which are matching his academic qualification. Over 50% of graduates employed in lower skilled jobs because they are not able to get a job as per the skill demands. Come to the fact that overqualification is more prevalent than underqualification. However, why this is happening? Because they are all qualified, but they don't have the skill to take on specific job roles. Let us see the technical and vocational educational training. Only 4.5% of the workforce has formal vocational training. Therefore, with limited to skill level 2 roles, and hence there is a lack of alignment with modern industry needs. So what does it bring out? It brings out that skilling and training will be a profitable venture if if I have to sum it up as one point. Next. Further, the average annual income, let us see what the skill level offers. Level 1 gives you just about 98,000 rupees annually. Skill level 2 gives about 1.2, 3 gives about 2.2 to 3, 4 gives you about 4 lakh rupees, and therefore 46% of the workforce, if I may say, earns less than 1 lakh rupees annually. 5 sectors make up the 66% of vocational environment. What are those? Electronics, IT-enabled services, textile, apparel, healthcare, life sciences, beauty and wellness. And let me tell you, none of these can work without the support of the IT and IT-enabled services. So therefore, while 66% of the vocational enrollment is made of these sectors, we do not have the commensurate number of people to take on these jobs. So that is why this skill gap is to be addressed by people like SkillsDa and its franchise. Regional skill inequality. Look at Bihar, Assam. 95% of the workforce are low skilled, whereas Kerala, Chhattisgarh have higher skill shares in level 3 and 4. Brain drains and migrations are prominent in low skill and low growth regions. That is why people from the villages and tier 2 and tier 3 cities are migrating in search of skilled jobs in tier 1 cities. So this migration not only is limited to within the country, there is a lot of migration happening outside the country in search of, so because there is non-availability of skilled workforce within our country. So therefore, people are migrating from one place to another. We need to bridge this gap with with a very sustainable program which will ensure growth in the coming days. So therefore, what are the recommendations? The institutional reforms and curriculum must undergo overhaul. The vocational training must be revamped and higher education push must be there, and inclusive targeting skilling must happen. Hence, this opens up a huge opportunity for us to undertake business in emerging technology. Next. Therefore, this brings us to a question: why should we become a franchise of SkillsDa? SkillsDa, ladies and gentlemen, is a trusted name in skilling and training business. And what we offer is a complete and comprehensive solution in this field. From academic perspective, all our skilling courses are certified by government agencies. They are all AICT approved and UGC approved. We do not conduct any fly-by-night kind of a course where the course is conducted by me, the assessment is done by me, the certification is also done by me. We do not follow that kind of a standard. All our courses are aligned to National Credit Framework and National Occupational Standards. From level 4 to 6 of the NSQF, they are all eligible for a maximum of 3 credit points for students under National Credit Transfer Policy. All our assessment and certifications are carried out by the third party, that is the Sector Skill Council of IT and IT-enabled service, which is a Government of India agency, NASSCOM Future Skill Prime. We have a very robust and stable learning management system, virtual labs, and a very qualified and experienced subject matter experts. Simulator-based lab for experiential learning and a facility which is going to be part of the Type A franchise, what we have proposed. And all our skilling and training programs are through flexible delivery mode. It can be done virtually, it can be done through a virtual instructor-led kind of a program, and it can also be taken as a contact mode, full-fledged, classroom-based instructor, kind of a program. Government and corporates, we offer specially curated courses meeting specific job roles. Joint certifications between the organization and SkillsDa is what we are looking for. ISACA certification through ATO opens up a fantastic business avenue for all our franchise to undertake certification programs as part of the ATO of ISACA for all the corporates. Best in class experience and certified professional trainers, be it skilling training program, be it, higher level certifications, ISACA certifications, everything we do only by employing certified professional trainers. So therefore, we also are looking at franchise to undertake certain marketing of SkillsDa products like our consent management tools and psychometric analysis. Consent management tool is something which is going to be marketed and huge in demand by all those organizations who are involved in collection, storing, and processing and sharing of personally identifiable data. So therefore, all colleges, all hospitals, and everywhere they seek your name, email ID, your personal information, and they make use of whatever possible ways, whether it is for marketing, whether it is for research. Mind you, all these organizations are liable to use a consent management tool to take the consent of the individual clients whose data is being sought by them. And SkillsDa has come out with its own consent management tool, which is going to be hugely in demand in the market. Franchise are the right people for us to give us that more market outreach to sell our product of consent management tool and psychometric analysis. The psychometric analysis tool is primarily designed for school and college students to enable them to understand what are their inherent strengths and weaknesses. Hence, they will be able to chart out a correct path of higher education, job, and responsibilities. Next. We have a very flexible business model which gives a diverse business area, right from skilling, establishing labs, product, sale, consultancy services. We are very, very transparent in dealing. There are no hidden costs involved. Revenue and profit sharing models are commensurate with the investment. I have explained it as part of my slides, giving out the details of franchise type A and type B. The ROI that we are proposing is very, very attractive. SkillsDa will continue to support and handhold, be it training and awareness program or any administrative requirements. We feel that the brand and the franchise name to be there in the market requires a strict quality control and monitoring of all business activities. We want to bring societal changes and play a role in national building. So if you want to be a change maker, we need you to become the franchise of SkillsDa. You ask me for competitors in the market. There are many, very many who may be doing a small little kind of a business that I do, but then understand there are no, if I can say, so far in the market who can compete with us, because we are not an edge tech company, we are an emerging tech company giving a complete business solution. So we are different than many edge tech companies who are operating in the market. Next. This is our team. Kotaram V. Ramesh is the Managing Director and Chief Vision Officer. I have been, interacting with you for last about an hour or so. Next, we have Shankar Vijayan as the Director of and Head of Operations, and Dr. R. Thirukumran, he heads the Research and Development, wing of SkillsDa. Next. So what are we waiting for? This is a golden opportunity that we want you to grab, become a valuable franchise partner of SkillsDa. Don't wait for the opportunity, create it. The next, image tells you that opportunity will not knock at your door twice. The moment you hear a sound knock, please open, grab the opportunity. If you are going to hear knock, knock, mind you, it is not going to be your door, it is going to be your neighbor's door. And if it is not knocking at your door, build a door so that opportunities can come and knock at your door. Does this business proposition come with a risk? Let me tell you, none of the business proposition come with zero risk. Every business opportunity comes with a certain amount of risk. So what you have to do, you have to understand those risks which are associated, deal with it, and take it head on. Next. Thanks. This is what I have. I hope I have been able to give you a broad perspective of what SkillsDa is all about. What is the franchise likely to benefit by partnering with SkillsDa? All I can say as my concluding remark is there is only opportunity, opportunity, and opportunity, and not entertainment, entertainment, and entertainment. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you
Any
so much, sir.
questions, please shoot.
Thank you so much. Vinci, keep this page like this, right?
Yeah,
Please do not remove it so that, in case if anyone would like to get in touch with us, I mean, you have the contact number details on your screen, 9717683838. And if you want to write to us, you can write to us at feedback@franchising.in. Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed presentation. And it is indeed a very good opportunity for all the investors. If you will look into the top reason to choose the SkillsDa franchise, I think this is one of the fast growing cybersecurity market, right? Cybersecurity is really one of the most in demand domains globally, not only in India but globally, right? So SkillsDa operates in high growth, the future proof sector, which increases demand from government side, the corporate side, the academic institutes, ensuring that the long-term relevance and the profitability they will have. So this is one of the reason why you must go for this. The reason can be like this brand already have a strong institutional backings. So SkillsDa is backed by recognized partners like ISAC, Cyber Range, CI, NC, IIPC, AICTE, right, NESCOM, Future Skills. So I mean, all these providing trust, uh, curriculum credibility, and of course the nationwide recognition. For you being a franchisee. The third, sir, already have explained pretty well that the kind of support they are going to provide you from infrastructure setup to facility training to virtual labs to content updates. I mean, you will have like 360 franchise support, right? That's again the best part. And one thing I personally found a bit unique is the dual franchise model. I mean, we already have seen the type A and the type B. So it has a flexible investment options for tier one, tier two, and tier three cities. So you can go either of them. And of course, they provide you the job ready courses related to the cybersecurity, digital forensics, IoTs, blockchain, artificial intelligence, and many more. So, I mean, overall, in case if you look into this opportunity, I think this can be a great opportunity, right? Considering the market demand. Yeah. Just a few questions, sir. Although we have answered almost lots of questions, have been answered by KV Ramesh, sir. But still, in case if you would like to take them up, if you can see this in the
sure.
Q&A, please. Yeah. You can see that on the Q&A if you will click on that Q&A option. So the first thing I can see here, what is the support we could expect as franchisee on forming tie-ups with corporate and educational institutes?
Okay, I have already explained to you how the franchise is going to work in their area. So it's very, very important for the franchise to understand what are the kind of educational institutions, what are the kind of courses, which are the kind of people who are pursuing these courses, who are operating in their area. What SkillsDa will be able to do and help for you is to make you understand that if it is an engineering college, what is the kind of the courses you should try and sell to these people. If it is a science and arts college, what are the kind of courses you should be able to sell to the people there. So therefore, from the corporate part of it, yes, if it is a auditing firm, I will be able to tell you what kind of a certifications you should be offering to people there. If it is an IT kind of a firm which deals with software development and things like that, we will be able to guide you to tell what are the kind of those certifications you should go and market with these corporates. So we have a clear understanding of this ecosystem. We will be able to support each and every franchise on firming up the ties with corporates and education institutions. Let me tell you, any lead generation that we get from any of the institutions or corporates in and around the franchise, you will be the nodal agency who will be doing the job for us. That is how we want to work. Does this answer your question?
Yeah. Uh, okay. How much support will franchise get for marketing, student acquisition, and placement tie-ups?
First of all, I want to make it very clear to Akash Bhatia that to understand that SkillsDa is not a placement agency.
Right.
What we do is enable people, make them fit to go and get the placement for specific job roles. I agree with you to a certain extent that yes, I will have to guide those students to allow him to understand what are those job opportunities available in and around in the market. Why would he come and do a course if he doesn't know what are those placement opportunities available in the market? From that perspective, you should only enable him to get the placement. Yes, there will be a requirement for you to interact with the corporates to understand what are the kind of job roles which is coming up in the days to come. Prepare the students for those kind of skills associated with the respective job role. That's what you have to do. You cannot become a placement agency. Please understand that. From the SkillsDa perspective, we will help you in marketing. We will help you in mobilization. We by virtue of our sheer experience over the years, will be able to guide the franchise how to mobilize the people for such courses, whom to speak to, what to speak, how to speak. All the W's and X's, we will be able to help out the franchise.
Right. And the last question that we will take, do you have any office in North India? Any placement done with leading IT services? Companies like TCS, Infosys, etc.
Okay, Akash, we do not have any franchise as of now in anywhere in India. Till date, we have been operating through our head office. We have our business partners, pan India, who work for us. That is the ecosystem that we have built. But we have now come to realize that there is a huge opportunity. There are so many avenues available for us to do business. But if I have to do that, I need to have the wherewithal. Therefore, we want to go for the franchise model. Placement with leading companies, of course, yes. You know, this is a very dynamic thing. You know, it is not that I have an arrangement with TCS that every year he will take 1,000 from SkillsDa trained guy. That's not how it functions. It's a very dynamic proposition. You have to keep your ears and eyes open, interact with these various corporates and companies and people who are around you, understand how they are working, what is the kind of new job avenues and roles which are going to come up. That is going to be a very interesting but a challenging job. But don't worry, I'm sure when you take on these franchises and understand the model that we are going to train you for, all these aspects will fall in place.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for giving all the answers. Hope that answers your question, everyone, and those who asked the questions. So, I mean, just looking into the time constraint, we have the time constraint. We probably have exceeded the time, maybe more than 1 hour now. But it's okay. I still feel that lots of questions you definitely may have. And in case if you would like to, get the answers of those questions, you please get in touch with the number which you can see on the screen right now. And of course, we will come up we will plan a tri-party meet with the brand, and that is how we will go ahead. Right. So, Rishabh, Jan, in case if you could also share your number in the chat box, so that Rishabh is the key account manager. So, in case if anyone would like to get in touch for this brand, you can connect with him. He's going to share his number in the chat box. Rishabh, can you please share it? And also, in case if you would like to get in touch with us, I think the number and the email ID is absolutely visible on the screen. You are absolutely welcome to, get in touch with us by dialing this number. So I think that's it for the day, everyone. Thanks so much. I would really appreciate Major General Putul Janam sir for coming here, sharing the absolutely, you know, one of the great insights about the brand and the business opportunity, right? I would also like to, thank rest of the team who joined from the brand side, specifically KV Ramesh sir. Um, so I think that's it for the day, everyone. See you tomorrow once again. And yes, we will be waiting for your call. So thanks so much, everyone, for joining us.
Thanks for the opportunity.